Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ & Sons and our EA College Football 25 Dynasty here as we are in season number 2 with the Mean Green, looking to obviously get them built up, but to also move on and become one of the greatest coaches to ever grace a college football field. Now to get this episode started, we are at Westpoint taking on the Army Black Knights. This season, to say the least, has been a struggle for us. And coming up against a team like Army, it's someone that I think, a team that we could really try to do something with and actually get ourselves back in the right stepping, right? So they are 0-4 in the season. We're 1-3. Should be an interesting matchup. Now, welcome back to Champ & Sons if you are returning, and welcome if you are new here to all of our content. So before jumping into this one, let's take a quick look at the recruiting board. Even though we are struggling, we have picked up a couple of about 4 players, one of them being the 4-star running back Farrell. And now, looking at some of these other guys we need to get, we're still at the top of, I guess, first on some of these people. As we get near the bottom, these are some individuals that we have just added on, but mainly we're essentially a part of their decision-making process in terms of they're looking at us. So we definitely need to try to see what we can about getting some of these guys brought on. Matthew Steiner, a left guard, offensive lineman, a power guy. Look, the pass block power being at 79 is ideally what we are looking for when it comes to some of these players, especially for our offensive line that we really do need to build up. Now, Raymond Linder is going to be a run-stopping defensive end. He's something that on the defensive side we have struggled with. So we definitely need to bring in some guys who can stop the run. That has hindered us in the past and sometimes in some big games. So we really need to take a look at trying to round out our defense while also adding in some offensive weapons whenever we can. So that's really kind of the ideology that we're going with here for recruiting. Let's get our offensive line built up and ready to go. We do have a freshman quarterback this year. So if we can get a line around him to protect him, we're talking maybe a couple of seasons down the line, the kid actually being able to step into his own and truly be the kind of player that we would expect him to be, and Wilkes coming in as a 4-star recruit for us. Now looking at one of our running backs here, as kind of have seen, we like to use multiple running backs if we can. Now we don't have the formation setup thing like we used to have in Madden where you can interchange players in and out. So we have to do some fancy stuff with the depth chart to try to get multiple running backs in the game, but that's something that we definitely try to do, have elusive plus power backs, 2 different style of running backs in the backfield. That really does help kind of confuse the defense and set us up to be most successful whenever we can. So that's our theory looking at the recruiting. Now let's go and jump into this game. We are 1-3. We've lost 2 games in a row. Trying to bounce back right here, and the Army is really fighting us harsh on their opening drive, moving down the field with relative ease. So they're going to come out the 2nd and 5 in their little wing formation setup. As they send a player in motion, they have the snap. It's going to be an option keeper, and we're going to end up getting to him on that one. He just got right around Florence Phillips. He has stepped up and played pretty well in some big games for us. He has only got 1.5 sacks on the season, but he has been a disruptor, and he does well at getting pressure, which helps lead to turnovers and bad throws. So now on a 3rd and 7, Army drops back for the pass. They fire it off to the right side, and Taylor Starling sitting about 5 yards from his receiver, Bolden, that he's supposed to be covering, but just giving him way too much space allows him to pick up a 1st and 10. Now on the 1st and 10, hand that one off up the middle, and our defensive line opens up like the Red Sea, getting shoved all around except towards the ball as they get a big kind of gain right there to pick up another 1st down, making it 1st and goal from the 8. Black Knight staying under center as usual. Have the snap, hand it off, and he goes right past Florence Phillips. What was he thinking? Phillips was just sitting there. I know he's watching for the option, but good Lord, you've got to react a little quicker than that, son. And that's going to give them a 5-yard gain and make it 2nd and goal from the 3. Now they're actually going to be in a rare shotgun formation, 2 tight end, 2 back set. Army has the snap, hands off, going to the right side, cuts it back up the middle, and not one Mean Green defender is around him. as they end up picking up the easy touchdown and taking the early lead here at Westpoint. And that is not a good start. You know, playing against teams like Ohio State and Texas, we actually played fairly decently against them. I know we lost those games, but we played pretty well. And so that was kind of positive to see, but when you see a team like Army come flying down your throats on this one, it makes it kind of harsh. Now, we did stop their 2-point conversion, so it is only 6-0 as we hand that one off on a 2nd and 3 and lose 2 yards. Jack Latore, senior defensive end for the Black Knights, makes the stop, gets around to our blockers way too easily, I would say. So 3rd and 5. Now we got Ragsdale in the backfield, 3 receivers set. And Katai's in the slot right. Wilkes has the snap, tries to scramble around, and he panicked. Wilkes, being on the road, you would have thought playing at the Horseshoe gave him some form of experience. But in pure panic mode right there, lets that one go. So here comes the punt. Army on the return. Makes a spin and a couple guys miss. Has some space out to the outside. He's down the left sideline. Makes one more miss. Hit, and we finally bring him down. I think as Javen Anderson comes flying through to finally make the stop at the 11-yard line. Now they're only 11 yards away from scoring. We seem to be failing on all ends, defense, special teams, and offense. They hand that one off, and we have a rare stop for just a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd and 8. Now they're going to come back under center in their wing formation. Looking over the defense real quickly. They have the snap. Keene jumps over the middle, but they go over the guard this time. Oh, man, Keene made the shift and went flying past the blocker right into that A gap, but they went B gap, and we got exposed. So 3rd and 2 now. Have the snap. Roll out to their left side, being chased and hit and brought down for the sack. The 2nd sack by this Mean Green defense here in the first quarter. That's going to make it 4th and 11 from the 12. And so they are looking like they're going to line up for a field goal here on this one, as our defense or special teams comes out for the play. Kick is up, and there's going to be a flag. Yeah, you guessed it. Roughing the kicker, which I don't get because he wouldn't even buy him until after the kick had already been done, and they still called that one on Goodwin, and now they have a new life and a 1st and goal from the damn 6-yard line. So going at it again, Black Knights under center once more. It's going to be an option keeper. Now he tosses it out, and that's going to be a walk into the end zone. And just like that, we're down by 2 scores. On a positive note, we did stop their 2-point conversion, so it's only 12-0 instead of 14-0. As we hand that one off to Ragsdale, trying to just slow things down and let's get our feet underneath us. All right. Wilkes, he is a freshman, and he seems to be panicking a little bit at this point. 2nd and 6. Now after that run by Ragsdale, we're going to be in a shotgun. 3 wide set. Hands it off to Zach Evans, going to the left guard, and he's hit and stood up for just about a 1-yard gain. His first carry on the day, kind of uneventful as he gains only 3 feet. So 3rd and 5 now, spreading them out wide from the shotgun. Ragsdale in the backfield. Have the snap. Black Knights bring a blitz. Wilkes rolls out, fires that one late. He hits Ragsdale coming across finally. It took him a while, but Ragsdale has 45 yards receiving today on 5 catches. And we're still early in the second quarter. It looks like it's going to be that kind of offensive day. On a 1st and 10, Wilkes staying in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. We got one off alone to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Ragsdale going off left center. And he picks up only a good couple yards as the Black Knights defense really did clog that up pretty well. So 2nd and 8 now for this Mean Green offense. We have Carnes wide left all by himself. 3 receivers out there. Wilkes has the snap. Takes off up the middle. An opening happens, and he slides down. Wilkes doing a good job taking off right there. And he is a scrambling quarterback. We may need to let him kind of loose a little bit, but he definitely seems like he can move and be on his horse when he has to. 1st and goal, handoff to Ragsdale, going to the left side. Hull opens up, and he squeezes through, picks up a few yards, getting us down to the 2-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. We are 3 feet away from basically cutting this lead in half, or 6 feet rather. As we come out in the shotgun, we send Sheffield in motion. Has the snap. It's a quick little jet pass over to him. Hit and brought down. They didn't give it to him. Oh, it looks like he missed his cut-up point. And they stood them up. They did. So now it's 3rd and goal. Here still in the second quarter, trailing 12-0. Wilkes from the shotgun hands out off to Ragsdale. There is no way they were going to stop him from going in. Once we spread him out, the hole opened up, and Ragsdale punches that one in for the touchdown as we cut into this lead. And it's 12-6. At this point, going to be 12-7 here after an extra point. But it's good to see us get a little bit of momentum going in our direction, and that we're not in this constant, battle against ourselves so far. Now here later in the second, about a minute remaining here before half, Army is on the move, and they're actually in the shotgun as we bring a blitz, and they drop off the screen pass when we do, and they got nothing but green grass in front of them. Starling comes over, and he's thrown off. Taylor Starling comes all the way across the field to make the stop, and they just shoved him, threw him off with one arm. Cam Edwards makes his first catch of the day, and he pays it off with the touchdown on that one. So 18-0 or 18-7 here in the second. On the 2-point conversion, throw it out to the left side. It's going to be intercepted by Starling, and he ends up stepping out of bounds. Oh, Starling's got speed. If we could have come out of the end zone with him, that would have been nice to see. So here we come back after a holding penalty on first down. It's 2nd and 20. 46 seconds remaining. Fire that one over the middle. We got sides. He's got space. And he steps out of bounds. Landon Sides, our speedy receiver, coming all the way across the field, getting into that open space. As we were able to hit him his first catch of the day. That goes for 27 yards. And a big play. His clock did stop since he got out of bounds. 41 seconds remaining. Wilkes in the shotgun. Has the snap. Stays in the pocket, fires it over. He's got Carnes coming across the field who's got an opening. Hit and brought down at the out-of-bounds line, but they're going to call a penalty. It's going to be holding. How many times do we have to have good plays taken back? I think that's our 3rd holding penalty this game. So now here in a little bit later, it's 3rd and 4, 17 seconds remaining in the second. Wilkes has the snap, drops back, fires that one over, hits Carnes once again coming across the field, and he takes that one out of bounds. We do still have 2 timeouts, but he takes it out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Wilkes is 11 of 16 for 130 yards. A pretty decent afternoon so far for a first half. Just no touchdowns yet. So 10 seconds remaining. Wilkes takes off. He's hit and brought down as the Mean Green will use their second timeout, leaving 6 seconds left on the clock. Now we are going to try a field goal here, 42 yards away. Wind blowing left to right, and we did not make it enough left as the wind pushes that thing out. We had the distance and probably would have been accurate enough if we had taken the wind into the account. So that will take us here into halftime and the start of the third quarter as Smith has this kickoff. And he's going to fumble it, and the ball bounces around, and the Black Knights recover. God, Jaden Smith. Fumbles that one, and that's going to give them a short field. They lead 18-7. Why not make it easier for them as they hand that one off up the middle, and Starling brings them down. Kanye Udo gets brought down pretty tough on that one, but a good 8-yard run for him to start. So 2nd and 2. Black Knights under center. Send a man in motion. Hand it off to Udo up the middle once again, but Tyler Keene comes flying through to put him on his keister for a 1-yard loss. So now it's 3rd and 3. Staying under center. The Black Knights have the snap. Quick run by the quarterback, and he is going to be stood up as that one would result in a field goal. So now we're down 2 touchdowns officially, 21-7. Here early in the third quarter, we drop off, fire that one over, hit Sides coming across the field, and he's got space. But we've also got a flag, another holding penalty. How many times is this going to happen to us in this game? It's absolutely ridiculous. Another holding penalty, our 4th penalty of the game that has counted. So now it's 2nd and 22, all the way back from our own 7-yard line. Wilkes has the snap, stands in the end zone and fires that one off to the right side. It's going to be read and intercepted by the Black Knights as they come right back at us, and Ragsdale thankfully makes a stop at the 8-yard line. And so just like that, the interception leads to a Black Knight 1st and goal as they lead 21-7 here at their home field. That one they do the option keeper. Nowhere to go on that as he is brought down pretty roughly right there. And that's going to end up being 2nd and goal now from the 10-yard line after a 2-yard loss on that run. So here they come up in their wing formation under center, of course. Have the snap. It's going to hand off to Udo up the middle, and he's hit and brought down right there immediately at the start of that play. Didn't have any chance to get anything going. Looks like Homewood came flying through to bring him down for the stop. Now they hand it off once again. Actually, that was Weslowski on the last play. As Udo gets brought down at the 4-yard line. He's got 7 carries for 30 yards so far today, but they have been valuable yards since we have been struggling to stop them. On 4th and goal, trying to stand up this Black Knight offense as they have the snap, fake the toss, and roll out to the right side, throw it over the middle, and that's going to be a poor throw, and it falls incomplete. Now, we did keep them from scoring, but they kept us from scoring too, as they now have the ball once again here on an option as they come right down the field, throwing tacklers off of them. Callaway goes tumbling around the field. Looks like he just tripped and fell, had the turf monster block him. And they get all the way down to the 4. Score is still 21-7. Our offense has been quite ineffective for most of this game. As they hand that one off up the middle, and that's going to be another touchdown for the Black Knights as they have a commanding lead here in this game. That's 27-7 right now, pending a 2-point conversion because I guess Army doesn't have a kicker. Well, they do. They got a field goal earlier. I don't know what they're doing. 27-7, a fake toss, roll out to the right. Being chased by Keene, and he is going to bring him down for the sack, the 2nd sack of the day for this Mean Green defense. So now, after that touchdown and failed 2-point conversion, here we come back with a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter, dropping that pass off, and we're going to hit our Ashton Gray, a running back, freshman out of Arkansas, off on the right flat as he picks up 2 yards. 3rd quarter is coming to a close. We are on the move at the 28-yard line on the plus side. Wilkes fires that deep to the back of the end zone. Landon Sides has caught it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I did not see the Mean Green trying to take that shot right there. But they had the matchup they wanted. Sides has got speed. It's just a few of his receptions today have been negated by holding penalties, but no flag thrown on that one. And Wilkes does a beautiful job dropping it in right at the back of the end zone. And that's going to make it 27-14 now. Here comes their offense, so trying to add something to it as Smith gets pressure up the middle, hit and fumbled, and Keith Smith falls on it. Strip, sack, and recovery for Smith, our big-time defensive tackle. And that's a big play to set the Mean Green offense up here, trailing by 2 scores. 14 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Wilkes has the snap, drops back, fires it over, and he hits Ragsdale right in the side, but he wasn't even looking. I guess he didn't expect the ball to get thrown to him or something. I'm not sure what it was, but he was not even looking for that and lets the ball bounce off his shoulder pad. So now it's 2nd and 10. Wilkes, staying in the shotgun, has the snap. Fires that one over the middle. He hits Katai coming across the tight end. And he gets down at about the 13-yard line after a pretty decent gain. His 2nd catch of the day for 26 yards so far. So 1st and 10, Mean Green at the 12-yard line. Wilkes has the snap. He's got a hole open. Takes it forward. Bouncing off tacklers and hit and brought down at the 2. Tony Wilkes picks up good yardage. He's now got 47 yards on the ground after that rush. His 11th attempt of the day. As that gets it at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Mean Green. So this time we send Sides in motion. A quick toss over to him. He's got the edge. Landon Sides has got the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. The Mean Green are trying to claw their way back into this one as we are fighting slowly but surely to get back into this game as we have made this thing now a 1-score ball game here at 27, soon to be 21. Now the Black Knights, they still get other opportunities. That's how the game works. Black Knight offense making a move. An option keeper, and he's going to be hit and brought down. Homewood on the stop right there. A freshman linebacker who's been playing pretty well so far this season coming off the edge. 2nd and 10 under center for the Knights as they have the snap. Quick handoff up the middle, and Weslowski and Florence Phillips team up to bring him down to the ground, and that's going to be a short gain. It's really actually more no gain than anything. It's 3rd and 10 now from the 27. Black Knight's going to stay under center in their wing formation. Looking over the defense, they send a man in motion. Quick snap, it's going to be an option toss. He gets it out to the outside, and they have a first down. Anderson made the play. Dorian Hearns on that little option run as he gets the toss from the quarterback and skeeps his way out of bounds. Now 1st and 10 from the 13th, handing it off to Udo up the middle. He picks up 2 yards. He's got 75 yards on 15 carries so far this afternoon. A real good game for this Westpoint individual. 2nd and 8 from under center. Handed off to Udo once again, and this time we stand him up. Florence Phillips was there waiting and ready as they put him down to the turf, making it 3rd and 6. Needing a big-time stop here to force a field goal. We have the snap. We bring a blitz. No pressure. Fires it off to the left side. Bounces off one tackler, and then is hit and dropped at the 1-yard line. Oh, God, that's disturbing. 3 feet away from extending this lead. They're coming out under center. Have the snap. Right up the middle to Udo, and he goes diving into the end zone. And that's going to make this thing a 2-score game. They drive right down the field after we get within 1 score, and they just make it a little too easy. They will get the 2-point conversion that time to make it 35-21. So here we come right back at him. Wilkes trying to stay in this game, rolls out to the left side. He's got space in front of him, takes off and is brought down after a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. Going in the hurry up right now, just under 6 minutes remaining in this game. Wilkes has the snap. Hands it off to Ragsdale, going to the right, and he stood up for a big-time loss. No blocking on the right side there to make it 3rd and 4. Wilkes changing things at the line. Still making changes. Time is ticking right now. Has the snap. In a pocket. Pressure comes. Fires it up. That's going to be intercepted by the Black Knights. And here they come right back at us as we knock them out of bounds. And that's going to be the ball game. You know, we actually do prevent a score, force them to miss a field goal, but we can't do anything on offense right now. We really have to look at our offense, how we're playing this game. We are using the Texas playbook, so maybe we have to evaluate to see if that's still going to be worth it. I like having the players on the move and getting out into some of those open spaces. I think that does make Wilkes' job, our freshman quarterback, make his job a lot easier. But we definitely need to try and do something different because whatever we're doing is not working. We've just lost 3 games in a row. We lost to the winless Army. They are now 1-4 on the season, just as we are as well. So definitely need to look to make some changes in this one. We might have to start that in the next game, but we will kind of see as next game we will be playing against rival Temple. And it might be harsh to try to undo things then. Now, there was an issue with that recording, so we did have to check out the box score, and you'll kind of see what happened here. We came out to a big lead based off turnovers, right? So we jumped out 21-0 because they did throw the pick 6 in there. And by the end of the first half, it was 30-14, so they had gotten themselves within 2 scores. And then, or 27-14, never mind, not 30, 27-14. And they still are within 2 scores, but then we had to it was kind of a slugfest in the second half. It wasn't as pretty as you would like to see, but I think we were effective. We didn't change our offensive playbook. We're still using the Texas one. It's just we got a little bit better with getting some guys in open spaces, finding some of those passing lanes, some of those gaps we could squeeze things in. And it really did kind of work out for us in the end and gave us a 17-point victory thanks to the fact I would say more or less remained consistent. Outside of the pick 6s in quarter 1, our offense actually was consistent at gaining yards and putting points up. And so that was a very positive thing. And, you know, it's good to see. Maybe it's a little late in the season. All right, we are 2-4 now, but it's never too late to really turn things around. Now, Wilkes did throw 2 interceptions himself. He does tend to do that, so it is what it is. Ragsdale had almost 185 yards on basically 30 carries. He was the workhorse of this game. And in reality, when your freshman quarterback is struggling with turnovers, the best thing you can do is have a solid running game. And that's really what we got offered there with Ragsdale. Now, Katai, our tight end, came in with 96 receiving yards in this game. But really, Sheffield got the receiving touchdown. So you don't like seeing the drops him, Sides, and Carnes both had 1 drop, which from your tenured guys or veteran kind of guys, you would expect to see a little bit better from them with no drops and so forth. But they are individuals are not going to be perfect, so it's one of those kind of it is what it is situation. Couple pancake blocks, nothing too major. Lott and Dixon, they are on our line on the interior, on the one side, I think the right side of the line. They did allow each one of them allowed a sack, so pressure was coming pretty fast and heavy towards Wilkes. It's just one of those things that he's got to get better at dealing with, you know. Coming in on the defensive side during this game, Anderson, he's really stepped up as far as tackling. Javen Anderson has. He had 12 tackles in total, 8 solo, 4 assisted, with 1 pass deflection. So it's good to see him being active in that game, or in that way. Now, Homewood had 3 tackles for a loss. Starling came through with 1 interception, and so did Bryce, also having an interception. So it's good to see our defense kind of starting to step up and play more normal. I think I'm saying I think. It's just, it feels like we've been off. Some games we've been on, other games we've been off. And once again, consistency, which is key, we have not had. So it's good to see us kind of starting to build that up here, even if we are now 6 games into the regular season. So it is what it is. Now, in the next episode, we will start out against East Carolina. We'll see how that one shapes out. We are going to start changing the format of these episodes, so let me know in the comments after the next one what your thoughts on it were. And I'll catch up with y'all in that next episode, everybody. Remember to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and I will see y'all as we take on East Carolina. But until then, stay safe, and, well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.